Imagine a land where everything you see glitters like gold. Skyscrapers shimmering under the desert sun, golden supercars cruising along highways, and lavish parties so extravagant they make headlines around the world. Welcome to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a nation renowned for its immense wealth. But have you ever wondered, is everything as perfect as it seems? At the heart of its fortune lies oil, the black gold that has transformed Saudi Arabia into an economic powerhouse. But what happens when this resource runs out? Yes, oil is disappearing at an alarming rate. Projects like NEOM, the futuristic city, or the Jeddah Tower, the world's tallest skyscraper, are seen as the solutions. But are they truly the answers, or just a race against time? And then there's the untold reality. Millions of Saudi citizens still struggle in poverty, living mere steps away from golden palaces and luxury malls. So, what is the truth behind the glimmering wealth? Is this extravagant lifestyle sustainable, or is it a giant bubble ready to burst? Today we uncover the hidden story of Saudi Arabia, from its peak of luxury to the looming challenges of tomorrow. Ready for the journey? Let's begin. In the early 20th century, Saudi Arabia was nothing but vast stretches of desert where people relied on livestock and trade to survive. Then everything changed. In 1938, the first oil well was discovered in Dhahran, a turning point that forever altered the destiny of this nation. Today, Saudi Arabia controls over 266 billion barrels of oil, accounting for nearly 17% of the world's reserves. Every day, the country exports around 7 million barrels, generating billions of dollars in revenue. Oil became the lifeblood of the nation, funding nearly 90% of the government's budget and fueling its rapid growth. But oil wealth did more than just enrich Saudi Arabia. It transformed its entire landscape. From humble beginnings, cities like Riyadh now stand as symbols of luxury and grandeur. Entire metropolises were built from scratch, with technology and architecture that push the boundaries of human achievement. This is what oil has made possible. But what happens when the wells run dry? The story of Saudi Arabia's rise through oil is mesmerizing, but the question of what comes next is even more captivating. Saudi Arabia is where luxury goes beyond imagination. If you thought Dubai was opulent, Saudi Arabia takes extravagance to a whole new level. Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Rolls-Royce are not just cars here, they're toys for the ultra-rich. Palaces covered in gold, private yachts anchored in the Red Sea, and million-dollar parties. This is everyday life for Saudi Arabia's elite. And luxury doesn't stop at the elite. Shopping malls like Kingdom Center and Riyadh Park house every luxury brand you can think of. Million-dollar Patek Philippe watches, limited edition Hermes Birkin bags, and even food covered in edible 24-karat gold. But here's the twist. This level of wealth isn't for everyone. Just a few miles away from these golden palaces, millions of people live in modest homes and face daily struggles. The wealth gap in Saudi Arabia is wider than you might imagine. Is this sustainable, or is it a ticking time bomb waiting to go off? Saudi Arabia has redefined what's possible. In the middle of endless deserts, they've built some of the most stunning architectural wonders the world has ever seen. Leading the way is NEOM, a $500 billion project that promises to create the city of the future. No cars, no pollution, entirely powered by renewable energy and run by AI technology. It's not just a city, it's a statement. Then there's the Jeddah Tower, a skyscraper designed to soar 1,000 meters into the sky, surpassing the Burj Khalifa. When completed, it will symbolize Saudi Arabia's ambition to conquer new heights, literally and figuratively. But here's the question. Can these ambitious projects save Saudi Arabia when oil runs out, or are they just dreams destined to remain unfinished? While Saudi Arabia's wealth dazzles the world, the reality is far more complex. Around 20% of Saudi citizens still live in poverty. These are the untold stories, the ones hidden behind the walls of gold palaces and glittering malls. It's a shocking contrast. Billion-dollar buildings next to crumbling homes. The youth unemployment rate hovers around 30%, and dependency on oil leaves the economy vulnerable. If oil disappears tomorrow, Millions of people could be pushed into an economic crisis overnight. The inequality is a glaring reminder that wealth alone cannot solve all problems. Saudi Arabia is at a crossroads. Will it address these challenges in time, or will the gap between the rich and poor continue to widen? For decades, oil has been the heart of Saudi Arabia's economy. It funded skyscrapers, luxury lifestyles, and an unparalleled pace of development. But here's the harsh truth. Oil is not infinite. Experts estimate that at the current rate of extraction, Saudi Arabia's oil reserves may last only about 50 years. For a nation where oil contributes 90% of the government's revenue, this is not just a problem, it's an existential crisis. When oil wells dry up, the ripple effects will be felt everywhere. Imagine massive oil rigs abandoned, towering pipelines left to rust in the sun. The economy could collapse under its own weight, and the lavish lifestyle Saudi Arabia is known for could disappear in the blink of an eye. But the consequences go deeper. Millions of jobs tied to the oil industry will vanish. Cities built on oil wealth could become ghost towns, and the country will face growing unrest as people search for answers. This isn't just speculation, it's a ticking clock. If Saudi Arabia fails to diversify its economy and move beyond oil dependency, its future is at risk. Will the country find a solution in time, or will its golden age be reduced to a memory? The countdown has already begun. Saudi Arabia knows that its survival depends on one thing: reinvention. The country is on a mission to transform its economy, culture, and global role before the oil runs out. Leading this revolution is Vision 2030, a bold plan that aims to diversify the economy and reduce its reliance on oil. But how exactly will they achieve this? One answer lies in renewable energy. Saudi Arabia is pouring billions into solar and wind power, leveraging its endless deserts and abundant sunshine. Projects like the Sakaka Solar Power Plant aim to turn Saudi Arabia into a leader in clean energy. Tourism is another pillar of their strategy. With initiatives like the Red Sea Project, Saudi Arabia is building luxurious resorts, pristine beaches, and entertainment hubs to attract visitors from all over the world. They are hosting global events, Formula One races, heavyweight boxing matches, and music festivals to reshape their international image. And then there's the jewel of their vision, NEOM, this futuristic megacity spanning 26,500 square kilometers, promises to be the world's first fully automated, sustainable city. Powered entirely by renewable energy and governed by cutting-edge AI, NEOM symbolizes Saudi Arabia's determination to embrace the future. But as ambitious as these plans sound, the question remains: can Saudi Arabia really pivot away from oil in time? Is Vision 2030 the blueprint for survival, or is it an overly optimistic gamble? Saudi Arabia stands at a crossroads. On one side, it is a nation defined by oil wealth, luxury, and ambition. On the other, it faces an uncertain future as the lifeblood of its economy slowly runs dry. The country has shown the world that it can achieve the impossible, from transforming deserts into glittering cities to building monuments that defy imagination. But success in the past does not guarantee survival in the future. Saudi Arabia's ability to diversify, innovate, and adapt will determine whether it thrives or collapses. Will Vision 2030 usher in a new golden era? Can renewable energy and tourism replace the wealth of oil? Or will the challenges prove too great to overcome? One thing is certain: Saudi Arabia's story is far from over. Its journey from oil giant to a future-proof nation will be one of the most fascinating transformations the world has ever seen. What do you think? Can Saudi Arabia succeed in reinventing itself? Or is it a race against time they cannot win? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Just Special Thing for more eye-opening stories like this.